Hey, Randy Joe here, and welcome back to the channel, where today we are going to be listening to the next album in the Cocteau Twins discography. As like I said, recently I asked you guys what series you want to see next, which discography you want to see me do a deep dive into. You guys said Cocteau Twins, and last week we checked out their debut LP, Garlands, and today, of course, we're continuing on with Head Over Heels. And before we start today, I just want to say, if you want to see the full video, this video right here, unedited for just $5 a month, as well as every other Cocteau Twins album reaction going forward, go ahead and check out the Patreon down below. For just $5 a month, you get this video and every other video I've done this year for only $5 unedited. Released in 1983 with 10 tracks and 37 minutes of a runtime, this LP is the second in their discography, like I said, and sees one of their members leaving the band from that debut album, that of course being the bassist Will Heggie, who left in mid-1983, and then of course that left just Elizabeth Fraser and of course Robin Guthrie on the guitars. I don't know much about this LP either. I know, like I said in the first video, the only album of theirs I am quite familiar with before checking out their discography was Heaven or Las Vegas, and from what I gather, this album is really starting to kind of take shape with that sound. So I'm excited to hear it. I'm excited to check it out. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first track here, When Mama Was a Moth. Let's get in. Of course, no lyrics, as always. Cocteau Twins, Elizabeth Fraser, creating her own style, and kind of just riding the wave of sound with her own unique voice. Very heavy, gothic opening. Still continuing from the kind of dark sound that their debut had. Guthrie's guitar is just quite a wall of sound. This drum machine is very reverb heavy and kind of having a pounding sound on it. Feels like a bang at the door almost. This eeriness seeping in. Oh, I love Fraser's wavy vocals, but that drum cycling over there. Incredible production choices, very kind of swirling in this eeriness. Oh, such a cyclical sort of ending. I loved the wavy kind of tone that Elizabeth embraced there, especially. It was very unique, especially with the parallel vocals on the other side there being very different in both production and tone. Very washed out in the right side, but very clear and, like I said, wavering in that left side there. Loved just the atmosphere. It's very, gothic, disturbed. Had this pounding sort of drum as well over top that was quite reverby and haunted in sound. Kind of just feels like they're building on what they did with the first LP, which I am enjoying. So 510 50 fold next, but I really like Garland's aesthetic. Pounding intro as well, certainly dives right into it. The production on this album definitely even more washed out than that first debut. Ooh. I like the sax coming in. Ali Gibb on the sax there. Man. These vocals, this sax, and the added reverb, just super intense in the mix. Again, super haunted in its sound. It definitely feels like they're pushing the envelope of the kind of gothic sound that they're going for. It's so washed out and so hazy. It feels very distant. And I really like how they're cranking up what they did on Garland's. Wheezing and sneezing them. That's what it sounds like she's saying. Whether or not it's intentional. Oh. Getting dark in this. Like a vibrating, twangy guitar. Almost Hawaiian-esque. Take it away, Guthrie. I like that one. It really sinks into the music, especially hypnotizes you with that continual drum pattern. But that guitar, I really loved the second half. It got quite twangy, and certainly let him take over in the solo aspect. Also, great sax work. He is Sugar Hiccup, which feels a little bit more uplifting and dreamy in tone right off the bat. See, lines like this was clear as day with the Sugar Hiccup, but these lines in between, nonsense. And yet it's very easy to just kind of get lost in. This one definitely feels sweeter. A little bit more into the... Oh. Fraser belting it out there. A little bit more into the Heaven of Las Vegas kind of sound that I'm known for, that I'm familiar with. Definitely feels a little bit more kind of optimistic in tone. That backing vocals there, I believe. Like a deeper, like male choir or something there. But ever so buried, you know? Just out of reach. Just the way they like it. Very much a fall kind of aesthetic. Not just with this album, in general with this group, of course. But this gothic rock sound they're going for feels very eerie and fallish. Here's In Our Angelhood. Damn. Far more fast-paced than I think I've ever heard them. Super high energy. Oh. I never heard them go this rapid. Certainly feels like we're on like a roller coaster in this dream, or should I say nightmare at this point. It feels very disturbed. Not as slow and sensual as one might expect. Very iffy on this one overall, though. I don't know, like, if I enjoy them as much in this element. Not as hypnotic, that's for sure. Fraser yelling at us at this point. Very unpredictable drum work on this one. Gotta say, Guthrie handling the guitar, the bass guitar, the keyboards, and the drum machine. He is certainly a powerhouse within himself. I feel like Elizabeth Fraser, very commanding of the attention with her ethereal and just gorgeous vocals. But the actual instrumentals, I gotta say, Guthrie is a powerhouse in himself. Creates very rich and dense textures. Wasn't a huge fan of that track. I don't really know if I enjoy them as much when they are this rapid in their sound. But still, very impressive, just the intense layering that Guthrie brings to the table. Here is Glass Candle Grenades, which is one of the lower stream tracks. Very sudden bursts of sound on this LP, I'd say. Very in your face. So washed out. Her vocals are even more buried on this LP than I've ever heard them. I'm a fan of repetition, but for a track this short, maybe a bit too much with this repetition. Not much evolution in it. Definitely not my favorite on the LP, I'll say that as well. I like that harp or string instrument that's being rapidly strung there. But it's a very brief liking, I gotta say. It's a quick song, heavy repetition, doesn't really evolve too much in its runtime. Definitely not my favorite. And even though I like when her vocals are washed out, sometimes I feel like they might be a little bit too washed out. I do like to hear her really soar sometimes. Wasn't a huge fan in the direction of that one. But here's In the Gold Dust Rush. Something like this, a little bit slower. I'll take it. To me, it just feels a lot more atmospheric. Bit of a country twang on this record as well. Like almost a sense of mystery on this one. Man, very Western heavy. Maybe it's the title as well. Gold Rush, certainly kind of alluding to a Western. But even that, the atmosphere here kind of feels like some sort of disturbed Western mystery. Its aesthetic is very, unique, I was going to say. But I like this detour. I like this focus on the drum aspect. Kind of very berating in its tone. Bit of a yodel there in her vocal. Guthrie is bouncing around with the guitar. Very jilted sort of guitar work. Really liked the atmosphere of that one. Really liked just the overall kind of genre and tone to it. Very westerny. Here's Tinderbox of Heart, which is the longest track I believe on here at 5 minutes. And a bit of a like a jungle element to this. Not the music genre, the, you know, place. Here, like we are being taken in by some tribe. If there's one word I would use to describe just the overall atmosphere of this record, it's mystery. You know, like it's almost horror, but there's certainly a kind of mystical mystery to it all too. Very secretive in a way. This one is like very rich in texture, the layering on this one. Just slowly kind of piling on more and more instrumental. Really like the multi-layered vocals too we're getting on this album. Really adding to this kind of sense of mystery. This main like clear beat has a very like retro kind of finish on it, and definitely feels, like I said, very jungle infused, very tribal. I like that one. Very hypnotic, draws you in. I really like the journey takes you on as well. It's so lengthy, continually layering in its production. And I love the multi-layered vocals too from her. Very haunted and almost spiritual in a way. Here's multifoiled for the next one here. Another quick one, 2.5. I like how the only word you can often hear is only the title of the track. Makes you wonder if you would even catch that if it wasn't for the words on screen there. This drum, that production, very unique choice. Just pinging that sounds like a hi-hat, just back and forth. A very confident energy on this track as well. Very slick. It's a very cool sounding track. I just love the very bold sort of boastful energy to it. Love how heavy the drumming is too on this LP, but this track especially, there's so much like kind of momentum in the pounding of the drum. I like that one. That one definitely had, you kind of moved away a little bit from the horror tones and embraced a much more confident energy that felt very just kind of fun, slick, unique, kind of ego driven. Here's My Love Paramore. The drum work on this one, the drum machine is just so catchy. That guitar feels like we're riding up a coaster. That kind of rising anxiety. Love that. Oh. Fraser feeling like a howling spirit there. I will say, kind of miss Matt Hedges' bass work that we got on the first LP. Here we're getting it as well on some of these tracks. Same level of kind of driven bass, but it's not as unique or as strong, I would say, as on Garland's. Guthrie's got so much already to do with the rest of the instrumental. I don't blame him, but not as strong, the bass lines this time around. I do love how textured the guitar work is, though. Just so echoey and kind of drawn out. Again, building on their very unique sound that they're known for and establishing it here. Let's go into the final track here. Museette and drums. Oh my god. Again. Huge walls of sound. Just like very kind of, I guess, shoegazy is the word. So washed out. This one's probably like the most drowned out their sound has gotten so far on the LP. It's so just like mixed together to the point where it is maybe a bit overwhelming, in my opinion, this wall of sound. I feel like Elizabeth is a little bit lost on this LP in a way. Not as, center focus as I'd like her to be. Wow. Elizabeth coming in every direction here. She's like, oh. Oh my god. Guthrie is overthrowing Elizabeth here. They're competing for the floor. Oh, I think Guthrie's winning it out here. Love how electrifying his guitar is. It's like a bolt of energy. This outro is so massive in its sound. Everything just like falling over one another. Oh, but with a long fade. As if this explosion just doesn't seem to end. What an insane second half of that track was. I wasn't really feeling it at first, but Guthrie, with the guitar work especially and the drum work, handling both there, takes complete control. I loved as well Elizabeth Fraser in the second half there too. I feel like so many different vocals being layered on top of each other and coming at each direction really just made a kind of swirling, kind of storm-like ethereal effect. Maybe a nightmare in a way, which, similar to Garland's, I'd say this LP in general manages to kind of execute on. So let's talk about it real quick. I gotta say, Head Over Heels, I don't know if I like it more or less than Garland's. I do feel like it is taking a lot of the aspects from that LP and kind of, trying to add on and add their own sort of unique textures and continue to evolve and craft the sound that Cocteau Twins would become known for. But I'm still not sure if I like it more than Garland's. Maybe it's because I've given Garland's a lot more listens. I really liked Matt Hedges' bass work throughout that LP, and I do think the bass lines on this LP aren't as strong as they were, at least as noticeable instantly as they were on Garland's. That being said, the rest of this LP, Guthrie as well as Frazier are certainly putting their best work forward here. They're trying to continue to craft their best sound. Of course, it isn't quite hitting that peak yet, but they are creating some very kind of grand, mysterious sort of music that has such a dense atmosphere that you can't help but get lost in and feel very hypnotized by at times, especially in the tracks that take their time to develop. I wasn't a huge fan of the faster tracks like In Our Angelhood or Glass Candle Grenades, which I felt were a little bit too rapid in sound and didn't really develop the kind of rich textures they're known for, and instead just kind of threw you in to something that was a little bit too much of a whirlwind in sound for my liking. But I gotta say, most of this LP is very unique. I like In the Gold Dust Rush as well. Very westerny, very twangy, felt like almost like a No Country for Old Men type sort of track, even though there is no soundtrack to that movie, but just the tone and the atmosphere of it all feels very mysterious and disturbed and just gritty in its sound. But I also loved Museette and drums that second half. At first, was not loving it, but as it went on and got even more of a whirlwind, certainly sucks you in to its sound. Loved Multifoiled. Loved Sugar Hiccup. Really just loved a good bulk of these tracks, but felt like there was something still missing here, which hopefully in the next LP they will find it. I know they definitely do find it by the time we get to Heaven or Las Vegas, which to me is a perfect album. But, at this point in time, they're still crafting their sound. They're still on their way to becoming the Cocteau Twins that they're known for. But that does it for today's video. If you like the video, please hit like and subscribe to follow along and listen to more Cocteau Twins alongside myself. If you want to go ahead and see this video as well as the other Cocteau albums that are coming up, go ahead and check out the Patreon for my unedited content. For just $5 a month, you will get this video as well as all my other videos unedited for just $5. But otherwise, you could stick around on the channel and subscribe to just see them here on the channel edited. But as always, my name is Randy Joe. I appreciate you watching, and I'm signing off.